So when you pay me back, I don't owe you shit. Either you cut me in or I don't want to hear about roots to riches.
Even believe in my product.
That is not true, okay? I just wanted you to pay attention and do your job. You know how many stylists have been complaining about you?
They just jealous. Hell, I would be too. So I'm just gonna keep my little successful business, and in 8 months, I'll pay your little credit card.
Man, let me tell you something. These writers are a trip. Now, first of all, this conversation between Karen and Pam, I thought this was something that should have been shown on screen a couple episodes ago after Miss Lisa, talked some sense into Karen regarding getting a cut from Roots to Riches because Pam was utilizing salon resources, not just to finance her product, but to store and distribute. And I was thinking, like, I see where Miss Lisa's coming from, but it just feels weird that Karen, of all people, would need a push in order to put her foot down with Pam. Because she's usually one to never mince words with people or avoid being blunt or throwing shade. Yet when it comes to her own business, she's tap dancing on eggshells because she doesn't want to come across as a hater towards Pam's success, which is really weird to me. So we get this scene where Karen is at her desk and it's just full of bills that are past due. Now, during the live stream, people have, some people were like, well, Jeremy, maybe the reason Karen isn't aware of all this stuff until it's too late, until she's in the red, it's because Pam is the one who's put in charge of, like, taking care of these things. Now, I mean, I thought initially she was just like the front desk clerk, the one to schedule appointments and whatnot and keep up with the books. But it would be Karen who would be the one to make sure all the bills were paid and whatnot. Now, I guess, we're to assume based off language from the person who owns the building is like, oh yeah, your credit card on file, the auto pay didn't come out. So I guess Karen has, all of the salon bills taken care of via auto pay. And due to Pam's access to the card and spending so much money on Roots to Riches stuff, that messed up the flow. So it's almost like Karen never really had to pay attention to things because it's like, yeah, I got these bills on auto pay from the credit card. That way the card stays active. And then, I take the money from the salon's earnings to pay off the, credit card month by month or however I do it in order to maintain a good credit score, keep the credit card active, and hopefully in the near future get, credit limit extensions or increases. But no, Pam just came along and freaked the whole thing up. Now, I've been rooting for Pam the entire season. I mean, the 3-month time skip, she was there with Karen to make sure the new salon was up and running. And I love the social media aspect. And then, starting her own brand. But then it got to the point where ignorance played a role in her utilizing salon resources for her product. But I'm like, well, actually, I think it's helping Karen more than hurting her in terms of bringing more awareness to the salon itself. New customers coming in, wanting more Roots to Riches. And I mean, hey, I'm in a salon right now. Why don't I schedule an appointment to have my hair washed and whatnot, and I can utilize the product? So it's a win-win. But then, after finding out Pam not only failed to replace any of the money she used on the company credit card, even after her product was making money, and she got her own business loan from the bank, then she got her own business license. She just assumed that, like she said, oh, well, tax deductibles, write-offs. Yeah, that's true, but that's not really how it works in terms of fixing the credit card balance right now. And the worst part, I don't know what part was worse. When Pam was like, girl, I'll let you borrow the money to pay that credit card off. Or when she says with attitude, give me 8 months and I'll pay that little funky credit card off. And I'm thinking to myself, 8 months? Does she have any idea the interest charges for a card that's pretty much maxed out? 8 months. Man, look, I was Team Karen this episode. I surely was Team Karen. I mean, if she wasn't restricted by that baby bump, I wouldn't have blamed her from getting up from her desk, waddling over to Pam and like grabbing her by the hair, whatever. Just this is just so messed up, and I hate that Pam was written this way. And I know that in the synopsis for next week, Karen and Pam make peace, but really, what peace is there to make? Yeah, you got the whole trade thing, but who cares about that? I'm talking about the credit card situation now. It's like Miss Lisa said, like originally when I first saw that episode a couple weeks, I'm like, dang, is this how Miss Lisa did Karen growing up, like gassing her up, so she can like have a boss chick moment and take command over, her friends or whoever else. But no, Pam was clearly taking advantage of her because I honestly thought in off-screen land, Pam was using some of the Roots to Riches profit in order to replace the money she took off the company credit card. And well, I used the card for salon stuff. You bought a lamp and a pillow for the salon, Pam. And if memory serves, I believe that Karen even made Pam send that stuff back because if you remember, the power went off in the salon the day of the grand opening because of Pam spending. The auto pay for that particular bill didn't go through, and Karen had to come out of her own bank account in order to turn the lights back on. And now you got the what was it called, like the insurance premium or something like that that's being messed up. Now imagine if just imagine worst case scenario, another salon fire happens again or a natural disaster happens and the salon is ruined. Guess what? There's no insurance on the building because Pam freaked up the credit card. This isn't entirely Karen's fault this time. So I'm just sitting here like, Pam freaked up the company credit card finances, if we're going to be real, and all in the name of her own product, and she's blissfully ignorant and she acts like she doesn't care. 8 months. I'm thinking like, you don't know what's going to happen over the next 8 months. You don't know if the salon is going to maintain clients in order to pay off the credit card itself. And, Roots to Riches, for all you know, you might burn out your own clients. Because I'm thinking like, is she even making money? Because I'm thinking like, okay, you have a few customers at first, then it's word of mouth. Next thing you know, you got a line of customers down the block at the salon to buy Roots to Riches. Your social media is blowing up. I mean, I'm wondering myself, that Roots to Riches banner that was at Andy's penthouse during the baby shower, hell, did Karen pay for that with the company credit card and not know about it? Or did Pam take some of the money from Roots to Riches? And as someone who's an online seller, and have my own business, yeah, you need to spend money to make money. So I'm thinking like, how much money is being spent on the ingredients for Roots to Riches? The distribution, like the stores, putting it in bottles and things like that. And I'm wondering, is it really generating any profit? I don't know. It's just, I swear, if Marie decides to invest in the product, Pam better pay off that credit card a lot sooner than 8 months. 'Cause I'm thinking, I am completely behind Karen if she opted to go to Andy to hook her up with the right lawyer to file a lawsuit against Pam, because somebody in the comments section on the live stream said, you know what? I think it depends on like the whole business license thing. But when you really think about it, Roots to Riches is kind of Karen's thing. If Pam utilized company money, a company owned by Karen, to create her own product and whatnot, technically Roots to Riches is Karen's. And I'm like, dang, I think that's actually legally accurate, I mean, unless the trademark and everything, if Pam has that, thanks to the business license, Jeremy helped out with that. But I don't know. I just feel like Pam, she better check herself. That's all I'm saying, because this was really messed up. I can't believe she was written to be this way. Yeah, man. Okay. And then Pam even tries to flip it. Like, you never believed in my product anyway. That has nothing to do. Karen's feelings towards Roots to Riches, that has nothing to do with you freaking up the company money. Man, that's just, it really does make fans believe that back in season 2, when the credit card drew up a $5,000 debt in Zach's name, it was probably Pam. I don't know. I don't think it was, but based on Pam's actions now, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. She probably had like prototypes of Roots to Riches back in the earlier seasons, but she didn't come up with the winning formula until season 7. It wouldn't surprise me, folks. It wouldn't. All right, but then again, this is what happens when Karen puts Pam in a situation where she has access to the company funds. So who's really to blame here? But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What would you have done if you were Karen and Pam was talking to you the way she was after freaking up the company money? Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.